There's a winning mentality, and there's 10 points to this, and you really do need to write these down because I go back to this list every single month. Last month, I had to check myself on one of these 10 points, as I do every month. I'm constantly striving to have the mentality of a winner. Point number 1, a winner never turns their back on the team or engages them with intent to hurt. It's never okay to turn your back on the team. As soon as you turn your back on your team, you lose that trust. And sometimes it's gone forever. My second point, mentality to being a winner. A winner never abandons ship, no matter how much water they're taking on. A winner never abandons ship, no matter how much water they're taking on. The best captains that sailed the most famous ships that sank over the last 200-300 years were all famous for getting off the ship last. The captain is the last person to abandon the ship. When I had the blessing and opportunity to sail the world when I was 19 years old, I got in a 200-foot sailing vessel with 3 masts, like a pirate ship, and I learned how to sail using the stars, and we sailed from San Diego to Hawaii, to Australia, to Africa, and then back to Halifax. An unbelievable experience. The first thing the captain taught us how to do was we learned the abandoned ship signal. It was 7 shorts and 1 long. And he said, when you hear 7 shorts and 1 long, all hands on deck. And if you hear it again, we're going to abandon ship. And he said, I will be the last person to get off the ship in every scenario. I see so many leaders in their organizations and their team, they're just jump ship. It gets hard, they quit. And they wonder why they couldn't build a team to start with. They wonder why they made no money to start with. It's because they decided they were eventually going to quit anyway. Of course they weren't going to make any money. Maybe the reason that you're not making any money is because you haven't decided you're not going to quit yet. My third mentality to being a winner. A winner accepts the past, cherishes the present, but speaks the future. Accepts the past, cherishes the present, but speaks the future. It's time to accept the past. You wouldn't be who you are today with all of your gifts and blessings without all the things that happened for you. The things that you've been resenting in your past and hating about yourself and angry and resentful, all those things that you've bottled up and pushed way down, are the exact things that made you the amazing man or woman that you are today. You take away those things, you're a fraction of who you are today. It's time to wake up and just let go of the past, but it's also time for us to cherish the present. A lot of people stuck in the future. A lot of people stuck in the past. Less people than ever are cherishing the right now. This moment, just taking even this moment today, of us just being here today, gathered here today, I'm grateful even for this moment. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to speak the future. All the winners that I know, they speak the future. But here's where we're going. Grateful for today. Grateful to be with you today, Natasha, in this office. But man, here's where we're going. My fourth point, a winner never blames anyone else for anything in their life. A winner never blames anyone else for anything in their life. Blaming other people for things is a quick recipe to disaster. I used to blame people for things. I used to hold in resentment. There's times I still do. That's how losers think. Winners don't think like that. When I'm winning, I'm not blaming other people. I'm taking responsibility. In fact, when I look back at kind of the last 5 to 10 years, when I was winning at the highest levels is when I was taking the most responsibility for what wasn't working in my life. I was shining more light and more vulnerability and more realness on what wasn't working in my life in a positive light as an example to be trying to get better. And that's when I was winning at the highest level. And when I was down and stuck and depressed, man, I was pointing a lot of fingers. My fifth point, a winner is grateful all of the time. And when the worst comes out, they hit the reset button. A winner is grateful all the time. And when the worst comes out, they hit the reset button. It's important to be grateful all the time, but every once in a while, the worst of you is going to come out. We all have it. As you start to grow and evolve and get to the next level, the worst of you will start to change. But when that thing comes out, you have to hit the reset button. You can't carry it forward. You can't get too down about it. You can't start feeling like a loser. When there's a setback that happens, Curtis, we just got to move on. On to the next. On to the next. Number 6, a winner never gossips or allows gossip around them. This opportunity is too great to let a negative culture step in. I had an experience about 4 or 5 years ago where I called up my sister And I said, hey, I need to apologize for something. She said, what? I said, I just had one of your marketing directors sit in my office and I listened to her rip your leadership apart for 30 minutes. She says, so why are you apologizing? I said, because I let her say it. And I listened. I said, I promise that I will never allow somebody, and it was in a gossiping manner. I promise I'll never let another person gossip to me about anybody else on my team until they've talked to that person first and confronted that person directly with that issue. And I realized that I was allowing people in my business to drive a wedge between me and other people. And that was my fault. My fault for listening. And I'm just proud to say that I've never had a moment like that since. Not like that. I learned a lot in that moment. My 7th point, a winner moves to action. It doesn't overthink everything. Can I be honest? Yeah. Overthinking is an avoidance behavior. That's your lazy tendencies starting to come out. But Steve, I'm just an overthinker. You're just a bit lazy. Because winners just go to work. Winners move to action. Winners know that by doing, they're getting experience. That's how you gain momentum, by doing. It's not a win, it's not a loss, it's just experience. It's just another foot, another inch, another half a mile. You're just, when you're doing, you're moving. That's what winners understand. Just move to action. Number 8, a winner accepts setbacks gracefully. A winner accepts setbacks gracefully. Let me tell you straight up, it's going to happen. You're going to have some setbacks. But you know what my coach Calvin taught me how to do a long time ago? He said, Steve, you have to anticipate the challenges. He always said, hey, what challenges are you anticipating? That's how we start at each call. I start each month with my goals, what we're going to do, and then I say, what challenges am I anticipating? I'm probably going to lose one of my best teammates this month. How am I going to deal with that? What's that going to look like? What am I going to do to overcome it? What preparations can I make now so when that happens, and it will, I'm prepared for it. And winners are the ones that get setbacks but accept it gracefully. Always. I learn everything about you when you're losing and nothing about you when you're winning. And I'm looking myself in the mirror and I'm saying that to me right now, not you. I learn everything about me when I'm losing, and I learn nothing about me when I'm winning. When I'm winning, I throw up the game tape. When I'm losing, it's time to break it down. Number 9, a winner always competes. It's so important to create a winning culture, a competitive culture. But let me tell you something about competing and winning. Winning isn't everything, but wanting to win is. Winning isn't everything, but wanting to win is. I want a legacy of a team that's in the fight all the time, that's always in the hunt, always in the game, always competing, always climbing. There's setbacks, we take it gracefully. When we win, we're humble. When we lose, we learn. And I want a team that knows that deep down, winning isn't everything, but wanting to win absolutely is. You have to want to win in order to win. That's a ticket into the game. And my last point, a winner flat out wins. A winner just wins. Have you ever heard somebody say, and the winners just keep winning? Man, a winner just wins. They flat out win. The middle class, lower class mindset, they look at those people and they go, oh, that person's just lucky. And the ball just bounced in the right court. I'll tell you what, a winner just finds a way to win when everybody's counted them out. When all the odds are stacked against them. They're too young, no market, came from nothing. Had a bunch of losses before this. Were down and out when they arrived. When you feel like you've restarted here 10, 15 times in a row. When all the odds just feel like they're stacked against you and the world just feels like it's closing in on you, the winner just finds a way to just squeak through. They just find the hole. They just look for the light. Like literally, the darkness, the cave is closing in. They can barely see anything. The pressure's on their chest. And they're obsessed with looking for the light. And it's getting smaller some days, and some days it's barely there. But until you have breath left in your body here, you guys, the light always exists. The light will always exist. You just have to find it. And winners just win. And they keep winning and winning and winning. And I would just urge you in 2020 and this next 12 months to decide that this is the year where I start to feel like a winner. And everything I think would come from that. December, in my opinion, is the most important month of the year. November is the biggest month of the year. December is the most important month of the year. December is the month where you have your biggest personal month. December is the most important month of the year. Your personal numbers are key. Finishing the year strong, building that momentum, It'll make everything about the end of this year better. You'll feel better about building your business plan. You'll feel better about Christmas dinner. You'll feel better January 1st when you wake up. You'll be fired up. And the impact that it'll have on the first 3 months of next year is going to be too hard to measure. It'll be that big. I hope you guys got some value out of that. Some things to think about heading into the end of the year and making sure that we just don't stay happy at 40% growth year over year. We got to double down and do that again, and I'm going to challenge this team to do it bigger and better next year. Sound good? Yeah. Okay, guys, just have an awesome day. Thanks so much.